All right, guys, this is a big deal. So everybody's announcing whether they're going to run for president or not on the Republican side now. So Tim Scott recently came out, but the main guy that I was waiting for is Tucker Carlson, because there's only one guy other than Ron DeSantis who could beat Donald Trump, and there's only one guy that's just as dangerous as Donald Trump, in my opinion, and that's Tucker Carlson. So today, huge news. Tucker is. It looks like he's definitely not running. So why do I say that? And I'll get into its consequences and significance in a second as well. There was a draft Tucker pack, and Tucker Carlson's lawyer has sent them a cease and desist letter, okay? So that means cut it out. You're not allowed to raise money pretending that Tucker Carlson is going to run for president when he's definitely not running for president. Ooh, interesting. Now, you could say that, and maybe you mean it and maybe you don't. It kind of depends on how you say it, right? And I think the way that they said it is very clear. So they said Mr. Carlson will not run for president in 2024 under any circumstances, and therefore your misrepresentations are damaging to Mr. Carlson and defrauding his supporters. So look, that's super strong language, saying that you're defrauding Tucker Carlson's audience by raising money for this thing that he is definitely not going to do. And then they added, if you do not immediately cease and desist your efforts to solicit money to quote unquote draft Mr. Carlson, we will use every legal means at our disposal to vindicate his rights and protect his supporters from these misrepresentations. So they go on and on saying over and over again, no, you don't get it. We're really going to kick your ass if you keep going. This is fraud against his supporters. He's definitely not running under any circumstance, etc. So this is not just a glib dismissal, which Tucker Carlson has done before. When a reporter's asking him, that doesn't mean a thing. They all say they're not going to run until they run. But politicians who actually want to run, they have these things like, oh, draft Tucker. Oh, golly gee, do a lot of people want to draft me? And are they going to do all these ads saying that I'm so important to the nation that I needed to be drafted for president? I guess so, but really I'm not running, wink. That's usually how it goes. But in this case, since they're coming out so strong against this pack, likely, very likely, it means that Tucker is actually not running, which is fantastic news. Look, I think Ron DeSantis is a relatively regular Republican. That doesn't mean he's reasonable. That doesn't mean he's a good guy. I think he's a terrible guy. I think a lot of things he's did in Florida are outrageous, etc. But tons of Republican politicians are bad guys. That's not the question. So that's kind of baked in, right? The question is, are they going to end democracy or are they not? Are they a normal, greedy, corrupt corporate Republican, which is 98% of the party? Or are they a fascist? And that if you elect them, that's the last election we're ever going to have. I have only two people in that bucket. And now you guys can disagree, etc. And some people say, oh, no, you're crazy. DeSantis is also a fascist. You really think he's going to end democracy? I'd be super surprised. I hope to God I'm right about that one. Because Biden's going to lose to somebody. Let's keep it real. But I think Tucker, like Donald Trump, has no boundaries. And he's way smarter than Trump. So I was actually worried about Tucker Carlson. The fact that he's not going to run this time is great. That doesn't mean he's not going to run in 2028, but at least we've dodged a bullet in 24. And I think by 28, we're going to have such a electoral advantage at the national level because younger voters are so progressive and they're getting to be a larger and larger chunk of the electorate that Tucker Carlson and all those type of folks are going to be out of time, out of runway by 2028. Now, again, let's hope I'm right about that. But for now, getting rid of the one of the two fascists from winning the presidency this time around, to me, is a giant win. And especially the one that's smarter. And yeah, Trump's a little bit more popular now. And yes, Tucker Carlson, thank God, is afraid of him. So he didn't want to mess with him. And so that is, hey, you know what? There's a second win in this story. For the first time ever, Donald Trump's goon antics has actually given us a positive result because he scared Tucker Carlson, who apparently is not as much of a tough guy as he pretends to be, to which we all say, of course. but he scared him out of the race, and that's a wonderful thing for America. So we just got one fascist left, and then you beat the bad guy Republicans normally. But today, a great news event for America. Tucker Carlson not running for president in 2024. Love it. All right. By the way, of course, check out more of our reporting on our live show. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern, as we are every day, Monday through Friday. We'll have more details. Make sure, and the live show is so fun, so make sure you're checking it out. Of course, right here on youtube.com/theyoungturks or tyt.com/live to get all of our 7-hour block of programming. We'll see you guys tomorrow.